Okay, all right, we're live on Substack. Jacqueline and I are here to talk about something that maybe, a lot of the women of faith don't talk about, and that's,
Yes.
beauty and what was the other thing? It's like fashion,
hmm
and it's all good.
Confidence. Yeah.
Yes,
All of
yeah.
that.
So yeah, so Jackie and I we connected on Substack actually, and how we just kind of had a lot in common. We got together on a private call and realized we even had more in common. And
Yeah.
so yeah, so we're excited to just share some of the encouragement that we can offer to you. And this call is especially for women 50 plus and those that are ready for your new season. So,
Exactly. Love it.
so Jackie, you want to, just introduce
Yeah.
some of the things that you're doing with, helping the women in this
Mhm.
area.
I love it. Thank you, Sandy. So it's an honor to be here and be on this platform on Substack. I'm so excited about Substack. It has been such a great opportunity for us, all of us women, to just share who we are in a different way, in a new way, an exciting way. And it's just beautiful. And I love our connection. So I'm so happy to be here with you today. I have been in the beauty industry since I was 16. I love it. I love the beauty industry. It's my heart and soul. I've put so much of my energy, my passion behind that and into that industry. I had a salon, two salons for 27 years, and I've recently taken my salon online and I'm offering coaching and consulting. I have been coaching my whole career. It became natural to me when I was, on platforms on the stage, helping in the industries and going into other salons, teaching and training their teams. And God has always been in the center of it all. So that's what I love to share, just the faith, the beauty, the passion, the desire that we have, and how we can show up really aligned and connected to who we are. There's nothing like it. And God wants us to do that. So this is a great opportunity for us to do that here today.
Yes, exactly. And yeah, he's calling us to shine his light out, and we can't do
Yes.
that in our little comfy closets. We
We
need to get out there.
cannot. No.
So yeah, so I consider myself an introvert, but it through time, my focus
Mhm.
went more on what the Lord's calling me to do
Yes.
and less on, how want to be more comfortable. So,
Right? Yeah.
but yeah, yeah. So he created us to be, women
Mhm.
who take care of themselves, and I
Yes.
think you actually address not only the mind, body, spirit, and
Mhm.
all of us, and um,
Yes.
yeah. So maybe you can share a little bit about the tips that
Yeah.
you have for the women in those
Sure.
areas.
Absolutely. It's so important when we have like the mind, the body, the spirit all aligned in who we are and how we show up. Our identity is within our faith, right? Our identity is God, who He created us to be. So if we're hiding, if we're staying stuck, if we're playing small, then people can't hear us, they can't find us. So it all starts with our belief and our mindset. And once we have that belief in our mindset that we can show up, it doesn't have to be like this bold, like, here I am, it can be soft and subtle and just elegant and just beautiful in its own way, where you can share with people who you are, what you do, the impact you make, and how you are, creating something beautiful for the world and the people to
Mhm,
see. So, mind, body, soul, the way we feel, the way we look, that's the true alignment. That's the 360 that I teach inside of the Wheel of Confidence methodology. And it is all about that. And that, for women today that are struggling, like you said, you're an introvert, right?
mhm.
And I come across a lot of women like that. And really deep down inside, a lot of times what happens is women they want to put themselves out there. They want to be seen, but yet they're worried about maybe like, does my hair look right? Or do I feel confident enough? Or who's going to understand me? Or who wants to hear what I have to say? And when we get past that, when we push forward, that introvert can just be lit up, right? And you're lit up. You're already doing it. So maybe you were, but you're here. You're on this live in this little box. So yeah, we're stepping outside of our comfort zone. We're putting ourselves out there. And I always tell my clients, it's not about us. It's about who's on the other
Mhm.
side of that camera.
Right.
Who is there that we're speaking to? So that's what's important. And that's how we get past that fear.
Yeah, right. And yes, and it all starts, there's no other you. So that's why it's so
No,
important for you
there's no
to
other you.
acknowledge your value in that. So I think, both that we were comparing, how we work with the clients and the coaching. And
Yes,
so I use the DISC model of human behavior and helping them to identify their strengths and then discuss, okay, how do you apply, knowing, now that you acknowledge how you're naturally wired, how do you work with it, not to
yeah,
compare with anybody else. And
right,
you also have this gift of delivering your message in your own way, and it's going to resonate with particular people. And for those
yes,
that it doesn't, then that's okay. Let them go. Your focus should be on those that God has called you to connect with. Um,
absolutely.
but I saw a lot of similarities also how we've worked with people in the bigger picture, like with
Mhm.
conferences and with, like I was saying, I have a headshot parties to let the
Yep,
woman, get made up, and then they have the photographer there, and it's just the more confident the woman is, or and in alignment, it's
yes,
gonna come out. It comes out even in the photography and
yes,
in your messaging. And so, I
yep,
also enjoy, doing the marketing end. So we talked about that.
mhm,
You do
yes,
the really the gutsy, deeper level, and when they're ready to get into the spotlight, then that's where I can
yes,
help them with the profile and with your first impression. Because you
yes,
might have a lot, but it's the people that are hosting events, they don't know you yet, so you
right.
need to bring out the best first and then give yourself a chance to get known.
Yes, absolutely.
Mhm,
We all have a uniqueness, right? And isn't that what God wants us to do? He doesn't put us here to play small or to hold back. He puts us here to show up in what he's created for us. That abundance is already ours. It's just ours being our willingness to step into it, right? And that uniqueness that you have compared to what I have, like we cannot compare each other.
mhm,
I always say like you're best if you don't compare yourself. You want to be who you are,
mhm.
perfectly aligned to that, and then that's what's going to show up because what you do, Sandy, I can't do. You all saw those beautiful images that Sandy put out for this live. That was all her. That is not my strength, right?
And I
I
love
know my
seeing
strengths,
that.
right? I
Yeah,
know my strengths, and you have a magic touch for your strength and putting those beautiful images out, that beautiful marketing piece to just, have this collaboration and come on here and share what we do. Like we all have our place, right?
mhm,
We all have our
right,
uniqueness and we all have our strengths. So imagine the force that comes together when you collide those strengths and you become a unit with God as the center, right? Helping us to show up, being this woman of beautiful spirituality that we have, and showing our uniqueness in a different way that really
mhm,
lands. I help women on the camera. I help you feel comfortable. I help you show up. That's just my nature. You take it to a new level with all the beautiful imaging and how they can market it and what they can do with it. And that's what's so beautiful about it. We're living in
mhm.
our unique strength.
Yes, yeah, definitely. Yes, I love
Mhm.
it. Exactly, yeah, what you do is like, "Okay, let her do that." I don't
Yeah.
but, yeah, my thing is always I've always enjoyed, raising the visibility of those,
Yes.
and then I'm realizing what is needed. So I've worked on both sides. I've
Mhm.
been the host for a large event, and I'm the one looking through the profiles and reviewing who should be chosen as a keynote speaker
Yes.
and what's the best way of presenting them and getting the word out. and then I've also been on the other side where, I've been a guest.
Mhm.
So, um, with that, we can we can help the especially those that have never done any interviews or anything, but are
Right?
ready because they've been coaching for years. They've been working
Yes.
with others, but they haven't been in the public eye.
Mhm.
But they need to connect with new connections to have more clients.
Yeah.
Plus, they have a wisdom and knowledge that needs to be shared with more people and utilize the internet and our
Mhm.
ability to get get it
Yeah.
in front of more people. You don't want
Absolutely.
to hold back because I think you had mentioned stewardship.
The stewardship of what you're doing. Absolutely. Just think about it. What you mentioned, you were on both sides. Both
Hmm.
sides, one is just as important as the other one, right?
Right.
Both need each other. So when we have a role, when we have something, when we're stepping into it, if we're playing small on one or the other, what's going to happen? Then the event is not going to go as well. Then the experience is not going to be great for people. We all have a place, we all have a need. And that is just the beautiful thing about it. And the
Mm.
stewardship of really putting our all into our clients and giving them the respect that they need, right? Because we need each other, right? We need each
Mhm.
other. And that stewardship of showing up and building the rapport, building the relationship. Oh my gosh, right now, like so needed because of what AI, like
Yeah.
AI is like here and people are doing that consistently, constantly, instead of maybe using it as a polished effect and helping you to get there, but don't let it take over who you are and the
Exactly.
real raw relationships that we have as a person, as a
Mhm.
human being, need to still be there in the forefront.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy that that we're talking about being human? It's like,
Yes,
what
exactly.
are you saying? It's like it's gotten
Exactly.
to the point where that's an issue. I mean, that's
I know.
crazy.
It is crazy. When you think about it, it's really crazy. Like, you look at these images and you're like, is that a real person? Is it not? Like, I don't know.
Mhm.
Sometimes it looks like it could be, but then other times it's not.
Yeah.
But it's getting so like, ooh, you're not sure.
Yeah.
So I love to say, when I'm helping my clients through this, like, stick with the basics, go back
Mhm.
to the fundamentals, like know who you are, know where you're going, know your beliefs, and really understand your message because that is going to be the ones that really get through this.
Mhm.
We can plug in different things and we can let it help us. AI can definitely help us. And
Right.
we have to learn because that's where the world is going.
Mhm.
But we have to stay true to ourselves and stay true to who we are and still build those relationships that back to basics of like the foundation.
Mhm.
And that's true human
Yes.
touch,
Yeah.
right?
And
Yeah.
also, if it comes to knowing the real thing, it
Yes.
comes to why the importance of reading the Bible,
Yeah.
because there's counterfeits out there. And
Right.
the more that we understand the real thing and recognize it, then we will know when
Yeah.
there's a message that's not in alignment with it. But
Right.
unless we study the real thing, we're gonna it's easy. It's so easy to be led astray or,
Yeah.
misled. And
Yeah. Absolutely. We need to stay focused. We
mhm.
need to stay focused in today's world because today's world is just like, ooh, it's a ruin what's
Yeah.
going on out there, right?
Uh-huh.
So keeping our faith, keeping our strength, keep knowing like God is in control and
Mhm.
He's in control of all of it. And that's the beauty of it, right? We
Yeah.
can still show up. We can be unique. We can be ourselves. We can have relationships. We can build the community. We
Mhm.
have God as the center. I always say God is my business partner, always was, always will be. That's like one of my taglines. And it's just, I really, really feel that every time I'm in need, I go back to that place of stillness and I listen and I just focus in. Whenever I feel like I'm going astray or like I'm getting overwhelmed,
Right.
I just get still again and I
Mhm.
calm myself down. And no one else can do that for us, right?
Right.
So having God in the center, having Jesus help us, like being able to share who we are, the authentic, end of it is going to really be what stands out in the marketplace today
It is.
because of so much of the other stuff that's happening around
It is.
us.
It is. It's true. Yeah, because at first it's like, oh no, just flooded with stuff and
Yeah,
perfection with the AI, but it actually gives us more opportunity to show
yeah,
authenticity.
it
And the
does.
more and more they're going to see the value of that. The other things will
Yes,
fall away eventually,
yes,
and
absolutely.
it's going to be, the real people. That'll be
Hmm.
the real humans that will be
Yes.
standing. But
Hmm.
I think that's also where I appreciated the Substack platform, because I've, been in several different, global networks, and I appreciate those too. So, Substack is just a nice place to actually have that ability to share more content and
Really
reach
does.
people that aren't just pumping things through, and people that actually are interested enough to read our content
Yes,
and to react to it and respond. And it's just
yeah,
really nice. I've really,
it
had some
is.
nice conversations here.
Yeah, it is really nice. Like we don't have to dance on here. We don't have to do all that. We can just come on here and be ourselves and really show up in our authenticity
Mhm,
and share our thoughts and like
mhm.
what's going on in our minds and people are very, really like taking to that. Like I see a lot of people commenting and helping each other and the collaborations and it's just a beautiful platform. Now, all
It
the
is.
platforms have a different thing that they offer,
Yes.
you know?
Mhm,
I love this one because I feel like it's just new and different. And I know it's been around a little bit, but for me, it's new. I'm new to Substack not too long ago. And I just love this genuine connection that's happening here. And I
mhm.
believe that that's really what's needed in today's market
Right.
for sure.
Yeah. And I actually started a Substack um, profile 2 years ago. And
Okay.
when I had another coach that used it, I really liked how, your content is shared on your publication.
Mm-hmm.
But then I, was busy with the other networks and things like that, and
Yeah.
I just came back to it, and now it actually has a lot of additional features, and they still add it. So, yeah,
Awesome.
just for those that are listening, please subscribe to us, our
Yeah.
publications. Um, Sandy Goe, and you're listed Jackie rather than Jacqueline on.
Yes, it's
Okay,
Jackie on here. I go by
okay,
both, but on LinkedIn, I'm Jacqueline. Just depends, either
yeah,
or. Yeah,
okay,
my
yeah. So
salon,
please,
my business was Jacqueline's. It is Jacqueline's, but I go by both. So either way,
okay, we'll find her on Substack, and yeah, so subscribe to us, because then you'll know when we have another of these talks, or
yeah,
if there's something that interests you, if you want to hear more of something, please
right.
let us know, because we can talk about anything, really, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. I love that. And I love how you are helping others to learn Substack and really kind
Mhm.
of like understand it, especially being new here to the platform. Just, a few couple, probably 2 months, maybe 3 months at the most, being new here and just coming on and learning a little bit about it. It really is unique and different in its own way. So that's awesome, and
Yeah.
the connections feel more genuine. They feel
Mhm.
more aligned. Let's just
Right.
say that.
And it's seamless, which is really nice. So then once someone follows you or subscribes to you, you can have a direct message with each other,
Yes.
and you can host a chat. And so,
Mhm.
that's what I welcome anyone listening with memorable connections. That's mine, Sandy Substack. And if you subscribe, then you can be part of the chat. So we can
Right.
talk about different things.
Hmm.
It's a community, a new community,
Yes.
you know,
New community.
focusing on purpose-driven Christian women. I also
Mhm.
host a monthly network and marketing meeting. It's Zoom at noon, the second Tuesday of every month, and that's just for us to gather to find each other, you know,
Yeah.
and to share. And a lot of them, most of us are in leadership at high levels, so that you know we have connections that we can share our connections. So it's like a
Hmm.
network of networks, and we have like it's like a mini mastermind if something comes up and we need to share some ideas or bounce off some, you know,
I
options that we
love
have.
masterminds. Yeah.
And
Masterminds are
techie
great.
stuff. Yeah.
Hmm.
So my co-host is Christine Dean, and she's the techie person, and I'm
Ah,
not
there you
techie.
go.
So oh my gosh, she's just a brilliant, and
Yeah,
she's got a lot of connections. So, you know, we
that's
always
awesome.
say if we don't have the answers, we know someone that does.
Yeah. That's awesome. I love that. I love that. It's so true. Like we really need to support each other, and we really have different strengths, and it's so wonderful that we all have that at our fingertips. Like I just want to share, like, some people they're nervous to reach out. They're afraid to reach out. They're afraid to collaborate. They're nervous to just make that connection and really just kind of see where they're at. And I just want to encourage
Mm,
everyone here today
mhm,
to reach out, ask for
mm,
help, ask for something that they can maybe just share with you or give you an opinion on, or, share some value with one another. Isn't that what we're supposed to do here as human beings anyway? Like, that is where the real difference is going to come from for people that are, in business, or aspiring women that want to, they're thinking about opening a business, or a
right.
CEO, an executive. Like, we all need each other. We all need each other. That confidence level is elevated. Once we bounce off of it, we're opening up for a new confidence level that's coming. And sometimes we just need to change,
Mhm.
pivot, or just shift things a little bit, and then just like doors open and opportunities open up.
It it's true, and you wanna be ready for those opportunities,
You
and so
do.
that's why your image is important,
So
and
important.
it's
Why?
not being vain,
Nope.
but it's respecting the body and, you know, the features God gave you to
Yeah,
enhance them, and so, you know so
absolutely.
my friend Kathy Calabro just, joined our, chat here,
Okay.
and she's the queen of Mary Kay.
Oh,
So, you know,
love it.
maybe you can talk a little bit about we're gonna talk about, you know, the beauty and fashion and stuff, so do you have something to
Yes.
share on that to help
Oh,
women? Oh, we're talking about the Esther and just kind of tying
kind of
in
lost
that,
you there.
yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I love referring to Esther as that, because for such a time as this, right? This is the important time for us to really show up, to be connected, to really be
Mhm,
jumping into who we are. And there's no better time than now. There's no better time than ever, right, to do that. So feeling confidence within yourself, feeling that connection, feeling that drive, it really helps you to become the category of one in your industry. It's the face of your brand. That's what you are. So
there you
when
go.
you're, yeah, when you're working
Mhm,
with myself or with you or whoever, you
right,
are becoming the face of your brand. People want to know who you are. They want to understand what you're about,
yeah,
and that's how they vibe. That's how the energy connects and aligns,
mhm.
for sure. So
In fact, one of the annual Santa Barbara Business Expos that my husband and I put together, the focus what was our line was, "You are the celebrity of your business."
the celebrity of your business. Yeah,
Mhm.
you are. You are. You are that vibe. And if you're not feeling aligned to it, if you're not feeling connected to it, and you don't want to put yourself out there, like on a call like this, on a live, on camera, then how do people find you? How do
Right.
they see you? How do
Mhm,
they hear you, for what you do? And, that's what I love, to help women just get past and push
mhm.
through and open up these opportunities to share your genius and share who you are.
Exactly. I know you have, like, cool workshops. I wish I was closer to you.
I
It was like the
know. I
coolest.
wish we lived closer too.
But, Yeah, so you've got like 2 or 3 day workshops? Is that what you have?
Yes,
Uh-huh.
yes. So I created the Wheel of Confidence methodology. That's what my teaching is. And inside of that wheel, we go through different things. We go through your messaging, your branding, you showing up on camera,
Mhm,
confidence on camera. We go through like just your vision, your mission, all of those things. And then of course, my background is in the beauty industry, right? So I have taken beauty and business and collided those together, and at the end of my program, we do a photo shoot where you get, your brand. Like, what is your brand? What does it represent? We find that out along the journey, and then we bring it to life, right, with this photo shoot. And then, of course, Sandy, you are the marketing queen. So then they can take those images and put it on beautiful imagery like you just did for this live and just bring that forward. And that's what's so different and unique about what I offer, because I have been doing this my whole life, right, since I was 16 basically.
mhm,
And I've seen a need, I've seen the gap, and I've seen like what is the need, where do people need to find that? It's in that confidence zone of who they are and
mhm,
showing up completely in that belief in who they are. And when we go along that journey, that's what happens. So that is called the production day, and that is a 2-day overnight where you can come to me here. I'm in Pittsburgh, PA. You can come here. We have a beautiful hotel that we stay together. You have your room, I have my room, and I set up the whole photo shoot, the hair, the makeup, all of the good stuff for you. It includes your food, your overnight. And it's a beautiful, beautiful transformation that my clients have, and I just love it. It's just so amazing to watch.
okay.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So, for those ladies that have been coaching for years and are ready, they know their brand, they have all that, then that's where you can work with me and I can help get you out there. I've got some, just a one-on-one. I can find out uh, where you are, where you want to be,
Yeah.
and share the pictures that you get the photo shoot, your pictures that you have from that, and then
Yeah.
work it so that your profile is updated, looking great, and you're ready for those first impressions and to get out there and be invited. But yeah, so that's what I felt led is that helping women to raise their visibility. They don't have a lot of time. They have to work with what they have,
Mm-hmm.
and nothing's it's always constantly being updated anyway. So don't try for perfection.
Right.
It's just moving forward. And so
Yeah.
that's where I've got really quick start packages to get them out there. Just get out
Mm-hmm.
there. you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Take the first step, right? Take
Mhm.
that step of take that leap of faith. I have been doing that my whole career. Like I have been an entrepreneur for over 30 years, and every step of the way I have just taken that leap of
Mhm.
faith because I've gotten still and I've moved on the action of the leap of faith that God is guiding me to. Making those decisions. Did I fail a bunch of times? Yes, but I never say that's a failure. I say
Mhm.
that's just a leap forward, because I
Mhm.
can take that failure and I can see, well, what did I learn from it?
Right.
What can I take it to the next level? Like when I get to that next step and that
Mhm.
next phase and I'm ready to go, what did I learn from that I'm going to tweak so that I don't make that mistake again?
Right.
And that's the beauty of it as
Mhm.
entrepreneurship. We make mistakes, we grow, we learn, we move forward. And, you know, and that's what's so beautiful about the journey of where we all have been on this journey. And
Mhm.
entrepreneurship needs to be seen. You need to be heard and visible. And that's what helps you to share your message and
Mhm.
share what it is that you want to get out there and how you can help people.
Exactly. Yes. And I think especially those that are women of faith, those that are Christians being called to be out there, is even more important. We need to get more positive messaging out in the world.
Yes.
And so that's why we're busy. We want to get them out
Yes.
there.
Right.
Yes. And and again, I think any kind of hesitation or fear is from the enemy. He doesn't
Hmm.
want you to get out in the light
Sure. For sure.
because when the light comes, the darkness flees.
Right.
So we need to get out there and
We
shine.
do. We need to get out there and shut that down, right? Let's just
Mhm.
shut that down
Yeah.
right away and say, no, we're not doing that because we know we have more to do, more to give,
Uh-huh.
more to
Yeah.
share. And that's what's so, so amazing about the whole thing.
Right.
But it doesn't happen until you have that belief and you have that vision and you realize,
Mhm.
how can I take that vision and just expand it so that people can see it
Uh-huh.
and understand it. It's the messaging and the content creation, like,
Mhm.
yeah, I can help you with get that out there, get that seen, and then Sandy can take that and really make that content show up for you,
Mhm.
right? So
Yeah.
that people understand you. And that's what you do, which is so beautiful. And, but we start with the belief. We start with, you can do it.
Yes.
You are different. You are
Mhm.
unique. You have a
Mhm.
story to tell. It doesn't matter what level you're on either, because you
No.
could be a CEO making millions of dollars, but a lot of those women also feel that confidence level sometimes drops,
Uh-huh.
because it can only get you so far. And then there's a new level. So we have to open up that new level of confidence that comes from 5 figures, 6 figures, and beyond, wherever you're at in your journey. Or if you're just starting out,
Mhm.
having that belief and that confidence and then pushing through the layers of growth is just,
Right.
oh, it's so beautiful to watch.
Yes. And it's, God doesn't show us everything. I mean, he purposely, it's an exercise of faith, only
Yeah,
knowing a few steps ahead.
right.
There's a big vision but we don't know exactly how we're going to get there. So we have to be very obedient and submissive in listening
I
and
love
being
that.
guided. But then
Mhm.
haven't you found, Jackie, when you've looking back, you can
Mhm.
see the purpose of even the hard lessons.
Yes, I can. I can see the purpose of it.
Mhm.
I'll just tell you real quick. I made it through the pandemic. Like in my salon, I had 2 salons. That was one of the hardest times in my life, and for many of us, that was the hardest time in all of our lives. I made it through the pandemic. We were closed for, quite a while. Everybody was closed down, shut down, right? But I knew coming out of that there was something more for me, something next, something coming. And just being able to push through it all and really dive deep into my soul and my heart. I never let go of my why, of why I started my business in the first place. It came with me in this new journey. And that is what I want to leave women with
Mhm.
here today, that, take your why with you, no matter what journey, what stage you're on, the failures, the challenging times. Entrepreneurship is challenging. It looks beautiful on the outside, and it is. It's a beautiful thing. And God wants us to have that. He wants us to share that, but it's challenging. But all we need to do is be still and listen and understand that He's got our back and He's
Mhm.
leading us on the journey of where we're going. And we have to just believe that in order to get to the next level.
Yes. Yeah. Anyone on this call, do you have any questions, comments that you want us to address? Because we're kind of just wrapping it up here.
Not sure if you can see them, but
Can you see the live chat? Are you
I
able to open
can,
that
but
up?
I don't see any
No
questions.
questions.
Would love it though. If anybody does have any questions,
Yeah.
share it out. Or you could even put them in the comments after if you
Yes.
watch this. I mean, we can go back. I would definitely love to do that if people jump on in another time or watch the replay.
Mhm.
Always would love to share some more information and help you.
Yes, we love that. That's what we're here for.
Yes. But this
So
is great. This has
yeah.
been this has been really nice. And I think, just for the audience here, the right people are here. The right people are listening. The right
Mhm.
people will catch the replay.
Yes.
And, where are we on our journey of entrepreneurship as women, as leaders? Do we have the faith in ourselves to really push through? Are we
Mhm.
feeling human and connected and having that balance and that, God is the center of it all? And that belief in ourselves. And if we do, there's no stopping us, right?
No,
There's no stopping us.
no. And also I wanted to talk to those that are in midlife,
Oh,
50
yes.
plus. And we want to encourage that. That's a whole exciting beginning.
It
And
is.
actually, it is a higher, I think it's a nudge of responsibility. If you've been blessed with a lot of valuable, priceless experiences, you've got
Yes.
treasures of wisdom to share. And
Mhm.
don't be selfish about it. You need to share it, because,
Absolutely.
that's something
Mhm.
that we can help you with. So you don't
Yes.
have
Oh,
to be a CEO, you don't have to be already in business, but you already are rich with experience. And, I welcome you to, have a chat with me, and I can help you with that
yeah.
and seeing what you can do with it. I'm working with my mom. She's 93 years old. She is just
Beautiful.
since my dad passed almost 2 years ago, she's actually learned more about herself in these last 2
Mhm.
years. And
Oh,
it's been awesome. We've been going back, sharing her history. I'm helping her write a book, a story
yeah.
of her experience in Manzanar, the Japanese internment camp during World War II. But then, most importantly, is what she did afterwards, and the resilience of, learning tools and skills and using that, and from no jobs to having a job at the school. And
Yeah.
she's been, anyway, you go on and on, but the point is, no matter what age you are and what stage you are, you've got a
Mhm.
lot to offer.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. I'm so sorry about your father.
Mm.
And I love that you are helping your mom to reinvent herself, right? To reinvent herself. I saw a post that you did. Was she playing ping pong or something?
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, I loved it. I was like, that is so cute. Like,
Yes.
just for her to be able to, like, get up there and really do
Mhm.
something different. And I don't even know when that video was. I just remember seeing it.
It was
But
like a couple of weeks ago.
okay, well, there you
Yeah.
go. I mean,
Yeah.
letting her to just be free to like do the things that she enjoys or just taking time for herself. Isn't it so important that in midlife, now your mom's I'm not sure how old she is, but, I'm sure she's a
93.
bit past that. Yeah, she's 93, that's right, you did say that.
Yeah.
So, amazing, right? And as we're going through this whole midlife, I don't like to call it chaos or crisis. I think it's just more of like a new beginning, a new
Mhm.
stage, a
Mhm.
relaunch of where we've come. I have 2 children and 6 grandchildren, and just being able to find myself again in this new era of time, I love it. I really do. And the midlife can be a little challenging, of course, but what stage of life is not challenging, right? Your teenage years were challenging, your 20s were challenging, college years, when you're dating and getting married and young babies. And what stage of life is not challenging?
Right.
So midlife is challenging too, but I don't know. I'm just really thinking like, okay, we can do
Mhm.
this. We can do this as women. I'm coming up on my last year in my 50s. I'm going to be 59 this summer in July. And I'm like, okay, before I'm 60, I really want to just I don't know. I just want to have this new sense of like, this is okay and
Yeah.
enjoy the stage and the life and the journey as it comes to us. And when we start to do that as women, I think we're going to really accept the midlife as more of like a miracle to be here, right?
Right.
I lost my sister to cancer. She was only
Oh, sorry.
52. Thank
Oh.
you. And I always think of her and I always think like she will never get to experience that next stage,
Mm.
right? She passed away at 52, so she was in her midlife, but she never will get to experience like the rest, her grandbabies and all of that. And it's I feel that we're blessed when we have these moments of time and this journey that we're on. So for women in your midlife, just
Mhm.
relaunch, get out there and play ping
Yeah.
pong.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so please subscribe to us, follow us, and we'll keep you posted, and I'm
Yeah.
sure we'll do this again.
Yeah, let's do a part two. This has been
Okay.
great. I love it.
Okay.
I love
All
it.
right.
Thank you, Sandy. Thank
Okay.
you so much.
All right.
I enjoyed this.
Bye-bye. We'll
All
talk to
right.
you
Have a good day, everybody. Bye bye.
soon.